One of the strangest things about modern life is how so many people seem to be functioning perfectly well on the outside while secretly feeling like something deeply essential inside them has gone. And this might not show up in a dramatic way. I'm not talking about them lying face down in the street, staring or screaming into the void, even if that might actually be a healthy response to what they've got going on or not going on inside them. So what I'm talking about is people who are technically doing fine on paper. You know, they're working, coping, paying bills, managing life. I love that word, managing. Saying all the right things, trying to be good and fitting in, but all the while, just with this nagging doubt, like, is this really it? Is this me? Is this my life? And when you look at it, lots of what we now call normal life is profoundly anti-human. Like, people just staring into screens, suppressed instincts, monitoring themselves all the time, disconnected from their bodies, disconnected from meaning in their life, and overriding their emotions, even outsourcing their thinking and even their morality to others. And all this in a haze of being permanently stimulated, distracted and anxious. And all while being encouraged to think and even taking part in the story that this is somehow some great evolutionary achievement. So I find this all a bit weird. If your body starts reacting to this in some non-optimal way, then you're told that actually there's something wrong with you. But what if there isn't? Like, what if your biological organism is actually reacting intelligently to what's going on? So what if things like anxiety, numbness, burnout, chronic stress and emotional exhaustion make perfect sense in a culture that's increasingly disconnected from being a natural human? So maybe you've seen that there's ways of living that make you feel more alive, and then there's parts of life that feel like they're slowly draining the living soul out of you. And it seems to me what we're currently accepting as culture actually rewards a lot of anti-life behaviours. So, things like conformity, self-suppression, being controlled and making decision-making through fear, endless distractions, like shallow fake identities, masking, just always monitoring your emotions or living in your head while feeling kind of numb and separate from your body. Now, all of these things, actually lead to you becoming more manageable, more compliant, more predictable, more controllable. And of course, eventually people adapt to this because, we are brilliant at adapting. Maybe we're too brilliant at adapting, and eventually we can become so adapted to surviving that we forget what feeling fully alive ever felt like for us. Maybe never did we even feel fully alive, or just had glimpses of it. And this is where my work comes in, because I'm not interested in helping people to become more polished or spiritually or societally impressive or more productive in areas of life that really just couldn't give a toss about if they really look deeply. I'm really interested in helping people to deeply connect with what is actually real and true underneath all of their conditioning, whether that's from society or their upbringing or all of the areas that we become conditioned through, not all of which is bad, by the way. So I'm interested in helping people connect to their instincts, their vitality and love for life, their humor and their emotional honesty, and their individuality and everything about them that really fits with being their true natural self. So I don't work with any rigid formulas. I haven't got a one-size-fits-all approach. I don't shoehorn people into my signature one-size-fits-all package, because that all seems very mechanistic to me, and we're not machines. And so if we work together, we might work with emotional patterns, things like fears. We might look at actual physical or psychological symptoms and the hidden causes and the meanings that are lying beneath those. Could look at identities and masks that have been adaptations, the weird ways that people learned how to suppress themselves to try and fit into places that actually reward deadness and call it maturity. And as we explore all these things, bringing the unconscious, dark, shadowy stuff to consciousness and light, and finding meaning and new ways within that, then people start feeling more like themselves again, or like a self that they had hoped or dreamt was in there but had not been able to access for a long time. Like more present, more real, more alive as themselves. And it's not through actually becoming someone new, but it's about actually letting go and stopping the abandonment of who they truly are. So if something in this has resonated with you, then I'd love to invite you to book a call with me, probably down there somewhere, and we'll have a free-flowing conversation about the things that have been happening in your life, where you're feeling flat, where we're feeling stuck, disconnected, and anything that's going on which is holding you back or causing you to not enjoy your life. And through working and exploring that, we'll talk about what becoming more fully alive and connected with your aliveness could be like for you. So I'd love you to book a call if that's of interest. But if it's not for now, then just ask yourself this. How much of your life is really actually alive, and how much of it is just where you've adapted to situations and culture that really isn't life affirming for you. Bye for now.